Today I fudged up. I accidentally liked my ex's 5-year-old Instagram photo. So, as the title says, today I really fudged up by creeping on my ex's Instagram and accidentally giving her a notification from 5 years ago. This happened just last night, and I am still dying inside from embarrassment. For some context, I'm a 28-year-old guy, and I have a wonderful girlfriend now. My ex, let's call her Anna, is someone I dated throughout college. We broke up about 5 years ago and have had basically no direct contact since. We do follow each other on social media, but silently, we never like or comment on each other's stuff. Just lingering digital ghosts. Anyway, last night I couldn't sleep. It was around 3 a.m., my girlfriend was fast asleep next to me, and I'm in bed doom scrolling on my phone. You know how you start on one thing and end up deep stalking someone's profile? Yeah, that happened. I saw a post from a mutual college friend, clicked on it, saw my ex had commented, and before I knew it, I was on Anna's page, curiosity fully engaged. Her profile wasn't private, and I still follow her anyway, so I could see everything. At first, I was just browsing the recent stuff. Looks like she's doing well, traveling, has a new boyfriend, etc. Harmless enough. But then nostalgia hit. Stupid nostalgia. I started scrolling way back to around when we were together. She still had pics up from college, including ones of us. I'll admit seeing my younger face on her feed made me feel weird. Not bad, not good, just weirdly sentimental. Here's where the fuck up truly begins. I was looking at a particular photo of her from 6 years ago. A beach picture. I remember being there when it was taken. I was kind of zooming in, as if that would help me see it better. Thanks, brain. And without thinking, I double tapped. For half a second, I didn't realize what I'd done. But then a heart icon bloomed on the screen, and my stomach basically dropped out of my butt. I liked it. A photo from 2018 of my ex at 3 in the morning. Immediate reaction, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I unliked the photo literally 1 second later, but the damage is done if she has push notifications. Instagram will blare so-and-so liked your photo to her, even if I unliked. If she doesn't have notifications on, she might not see it, but I have no way of knowing that. My heart was beating like I'd run a marathon. I started sweating. I carefully set my phone down for a second and just stared into the dark, mortified. Beside me, my girlfriend was peacefully asleep. Meanwhile, I'm contemplating how to escape into witness protection. After a minute of sheer panic, I picked the phone back up and went into full damage control mode. First thought, maybe she didn't see it. Second thought, if she did, I could maybe play it off. Third thought, I have to ensure she doesn't see it. Brilliant plan number 1. Block her on Instagram. If I block her, the like disappears from her photo, and she wouldn't be able to see my profile either. Downside, if she already saw the notification, blocking looks super suspicious, like I panicked, which I did. Also, if she goes to my profile out of curiosity and sees I vanished, that's awkward. I actually hit the block button. Then I panicked even harder about it and immediately unblocked, which re-adds the like if the photo is still liked. But I had unliked it, so I wasn't even sure what was happening at this point. Now I'm paranoid that maybe reblocking/unblocking triggered some weird secondary notification. Probably not, but at 3 a.m. my brain was in meltdown. So blocking was a bust. Brilliant plan number 2. Message her to explain. This one I agonized over. On one hand, if she did see it, maybe a quick, LOL whoops, that was an accident. I was scrolling half asleep. DM would smooth it over. On the other hand, sending a direct message to your ex at 3 a.m. immediately after liking an old pic is basically just confirming that you were creeping and freaking out about it. It draws more attention to the situation. Also, what if her new boyfriend sees that message? That could create drama or make it look like I'm trying to open a door that's firmly closed. I typed out like 5 different versions of a DM and deleted each one. Didn't send anything, at least not then. At this point, I'm pacing around the living room. I gingerly slipped out of bed to not wake my girlfriend. My body was a weird combo of adrenaline and shame. I got a glass of water, muttering, "Fudge, fudge, fudge," to myself. I checked my ex's profile again, carefully. The like was gone, since I unliked. But if she was awake even for a second, she'd have gotten the notification. Would she think it was a glitch? Would she even recognize my name if it popped up? We haven't talked in forever, but I'm sure she remembers me. We dated 4 years. It's now about 3:30 a.m. I haven't slept. I begrudgingly crawl back into bed, phone clutched in hand. My girlfriend stirs and mumbles, "You okay? Can't sleep." I murmured back, "Yeah, can't sleep. Scrolling my phone. Sorry. She said something sweet like, "Sorry, babe. Try to get some rest," and rolled over. Cue the extra guilt. Here I am, anxiety off the charts, because I was essentially Instagram stalking my ex, while my amazing girlfriend is concerned that I'm not sleeping well. So now I feel guilty and stupid. I must have eventually passed out around 4 or 5 a.m. with my phone in hand, because I woke up at 9 to my alarm and the phone was on my chest. The first thing I did was check notifications. Nothing new on Instagram. Okay, maybe I dodged it. Maybe she didn't see or didn't care. My girlfriend was already up, getting ready for work. She had an early shift. I was delirious and still so guilty that I almost blurted out the whole mishap to her right then. But I stopped myself. I figured, why upset her when nothing actually happened, beyond me being an idiot? I decided I'd only tell her if somehow this blew up. Spoiler, keep reading. After she left, I checked my phone again. Still no word from the ex. Her account was still unblocked. I wasn't going to block again after undoing it. Might as well leave it. Maybe she didn't notice? She has a pretty active social media, lots of followers, so a single, might have gotten lost in the mix. I prayed. I went about my morning trying to play it cool. Made coffee, scrolled Reddit. I tried to forget. For a while it worked. Around lunchtime, I'm chilling on the couch and decide to see if any of my other friends are online. I needed to vent, but my best bro was working. That's when I noticed I had a DM on Instagram from Anna. My heart did a gymnastics routine against my rib cage. She sent the message about an hour ago, around 11 a.m., presumably when she saw my accidental like. Either saw the notification or just noticed my name in her likes even though I unliked. Not sure how, but maybe in her notification list even if it disappears. Her message said, "Haha, hey, my name. Not to make this weird, but did you mean to like that old photo? Cold sweat smile. Hope you're doing okay." That's actually pretty nice and giving me an out, right? She's being light about it. Still, I was mortified. She knows. Obviously. The cold sweat smile emoji says it all. I hadn't responded yet. Hence why I'm posting here for advice, or at least to confess my idiocy in a forum of strangers. I honestly don't know what to do. My current options. Option A. Respond with something chill and honest. E.g., "Haha, I was half asleep scrolling and my clumsy thumb liked it. My bad. Hope you're well." Acknowledge but play it off as no biggie. This might be fine. Option B. Don't reply at all. Just ignore it. Pretend I didn't see for a while. But that feels super awkward and she knows I saw it. We follow each other, Instagram DMs show seen. Not replying might make it weirder. Option C. Reply more seriously and use it as an opportunity to have a genuine catch-up? Is that a can of worms I want to open? Probably not, given I'm in a relationship and there's no need to go down that road. Honestly, I feel like option A, light and honest, is the way. But even typing out a response, I'm overthinking the heck out of every word. She and I ended on okay terms, but we haven't talked since we moved out of college town and on with our lives. And then, as if I wasn't already internally screaming, my girlfriend texted me just as I was mulling this over. Her text, "Miss you, hope you're getting some rest, red heart." Cue me feeling like the absolute worst boyfriend on earth. I haven't told her anything, and I don't plan to, unless necessary. This is one of those dumb things I'd rather confess years from now, as a funny anecdote. Haha, one time I accidentally liked my ex's pic and freaked out, rather than right now. I'm kinda an idiot who was insta-stalking my ex at 3 a.m. Please don't be mad. I think I'll respond to Anna now with a casual vibe and then update you all on how it goes. I just needed to put this all in words first because I feel like a grade A moron. TLDR, couldn't sleep. Browsed ex's Instagram out of boredom. Accidentally liked a 5-year-old photo of hers at 3 a.m. Panicked, unliked, considered blocking or DMing, ultimately did nothing until she DM'd me later laughing about it. Now I have to respond while praying my current girlfriend never finds out I brought this chaos on myself. Update 1. Update, I did the thing. I replied to Anna's DM. And oh my God, the situation evolved in ways I did not foresee. Both good and bad. Buckle up. Firstly, thank you to everyone who commented on my original post. I got a lot of, "Dude, just respond, it's fine," advice, makes sense, and a few "karma is coming for you if you hide this from your GF warnings." Yikes. I was leaning toward just playing it cool with the ex, and not immediately telling my girlfriend, because I really didn't want to cause drama over what was truly a nothing burger mistake. Whether that was the right call, well, read on. So I replied to Anna. I kept it short and light, basically, LOL. I was scrolling half asleep and my finger slipped. Definitely didn't mean to freak you out. Cold sweat smile. My bad. She messaged back within minutes. Ha ha ha, no worries. I figured it was something like that. Been there, done that. How are you? It's been ages. Thus commenced a friendly little back and forth. It was actually nice catching up, to be honest. We kept it surface level. Jobs, family, a bit of crazy how time flies. Talk. I made sure to mention in a natural way that I have a girlfriend now. Like, my girlfriend and I just adopted a cat. Do you have any pets now? Smooth, right? Anna mentioned her boyfriend in passing too, so it was clear we were both in relationships, and this was not a flirty thing, just two old friends, if exes can be friends, chatting. All good. I was feeling the anxiety melt away as it became clear she wasn't secretly plotting to make this weird. In fact, at one point she even joked, "I'm just glad you didn't find any really embarrassing old pics of me, haha." I joked back, "Oh, I found those too." I just refrained from double-tapping smile with a halo. It felt like closure, in a way, to talk casually and know there was no bad blood. We wrapped up the convo after an hour or so, with her saying, "It was really nice to chat again. Take care and tell my cat's name." I said, "Hi, Gren." We had talked about pets for a bit. I said, sure, we'd catch up again eventually, take care, etc. Done. Wholesome. I sat back on my couch, exhaling for what felt like the first time in 12 hours. Crisis averted. I actually felt kinda happy. Like, hey, that wasn't so bad. Maybe I even regained an old friend in some capacity, albeit a distant, only occasionally check-in friend. Smash cut to 2 hours later. My girlfriend, let's call her Maddie, comes home from work earlier than usual. She looked a bit upset. I immediately thought something happened at her job. I say hey, and she kinda mumbles a hey, and beelines to the bedroom. I follow, and find her angrily taking off her work shoes. I gently ask, "Everything all right, babe?" She whirls on me and, "This caught me completely off guard," she says. "Why did I have to hear from Jamie that you were talking to Anna today?" Jamie is a mutual friend of ours. More my friend originally, but she's gotten close with Maddie too. She also went to college with us, which means she's friends with both me and Anna. Apparently, Jamie was grabbing lunch near Maddie's workplace and texted Maddie something like, "Lo, my name is randomly chatting up. EX name on IG, what's up with that?" Tears of joy. Jamie had seen Anna's Insta story. I didn't even realize she posted one, where Anna had put a screenshot of our DM, nothing incriminating. It was the part where we were joking about embarrassing old pics, basically highlighting the humor of me accidentally liking her pic. Anna had captioned it like, "When your ex randomly likes your old pic, at least he's chill about it. Tears of joy," or something along those lines. I didn't see this story because, well, I wasn't looking at her profile after our chat, and maybe she hid it from me knowing it might be awkward, not sure. So Jamie, being a lighthearted gossip, messaged that to Maddie in a LOL isn't this funny way, not knowing that I hadn't mentioned any of this to Maddie yet. Oops. I immediately felt the blood drain from my face. I tried to explain the whole situation to Maddie, the insomnia, the accidental like, the panic, the nothing burger chat that followed. She sat there listening, arms crossed, hurt etched on her face. Why wouldn't you tell me?" she asked quietly when I finished my frantic explanation. "I didn't want you to worry over something so silly," I said. "It was a dumb, totally unintentional thing and I handled it. I was going to tell you later, but I also didn't want to wake you up at 3 a.m. to be like, hey, by the way, I screwed up on Instagram." She bit her lip, the way she does when she's trying not to cry. "It's not the accident that bothers me," she said. "It's that you hid it, and that I had to hear it from a friend who heard it from your ex posting about it on Instagram. Do you know how embarrassing that is for me?" Jamie was laughing like it was cute or something, and I had no idea what she was talking about. I felt like absolute scum. I apologized probably 5 times in a row. I admitted I screwed up by not telling her up front. I honestly thought it was so minor and nothing would come of it, so why stir the pot? Boy, did I miscalculate. Then she asked the million-dollar question. "Why were you looking at Anna's profile in the first place?" She wasn't yelling. She wasn't accusing. She genuinely looked hurt and curious. I explained truthfully that I couldn't sleep, got sucked down a social media rabbit hole, saw a comment of hers on someone's post and clicked out of idle curiosity. It wasn't for any reason, certainly not because I have feelings or something. I reassured her that I absolutely love her, Maddie, and have zero interest in Anna romantically. The Instagram mishap wasn't me longing or anything. It was just boredom and stupidity. She sat there in silence for a minute, wiping a tear. I hated myself right then. Finally, she sighed and said, "I believe you. I just don't like that you didn't tell me, and that you answered her DMs without saying anything." She added, with a hard stare, "If I did that with one of my exes and didn't tell you, would you be totally cool with it? Damn, put me in checkmate, why don't you?" She's right. I'd be at least a little uneasy if the roles were reversed. I said, "No, you're right, I'm sorry. I was trying to avoid upsetting you because I know how it could look, but in doing so I made it worse. I should have been open. That's my bad completely." She nodded, still sad, but at least seeming a little less angry. I showed her my entire DM conversation with Anna so she could see it was tame and I wasn't hiding anything else. She appreciated that and actually laughed at our initial messages. The awkward, "I totally didn't mean to like that" exchange. She admitted it was kind of funny scenario, just not funny that I kept it secret. We hugged it out. She was still a bit shaken and asked for some space to just chill for the evening, which I, of course, gave. I ordered her favorite takeout as a peace offering. We ate while watching a comfort show, and by the end of the night she squeezed my hand and said, "I'm not mad, just, please, no more secrets, even stupid ones." I wholeheartedly agreed. I thought we'd gotten through the mini-crisis, and I foolishly hoped that'd be the end of the story. But the real twist came the next day. That morning I woke up to find Maddie already up and dressed. She had a later shift and usually slept in a bit. She was on her phone and looked troubled. I gently asked, "Everything okay?" She looked at me with an unreadable expression and said, "I got a weird message from Anna's boyfriend." I was like, "Wait, what?" She shows me her phone. Sure enough, Anna's boyfriend, I'll call him Jake, who Maddie has never met or interacted with, had found her Instagram and sent her a DM. It read, "Hey, this is random as hell, but I thought you should know your boyfriend has been talking to Anna. I don't know what's going on, but I figured I'd reach out in case anything sketchy is up." So apparently after my lovely conversation with Anna, she must have mentioned it to her boyfriend, likely in a haha guess who accidentally liked an old pic way. It seems Jake got protective or jealous or something and took it upon himself to hunt down my girlfriend's account. Not hard to do. We have photos together on my profile, which is public. So by the time I had reassured Maddie and we resolved things on our end, her getting that message from Jake reopened the can of worms. Now she was upset again. Not at me, but just at the situation. And frankly, I was livid. Like, dude, mind your business. Anna and I had a harmless chat and it was over. Why is he involving my girlfriend in this? Maddie hadn't replied to him yet. She asked, "Should I respond? What does he even expect me to say?" I told her she could respond however she wanted, or not at all. Ultimately, she replied politely, "Thanks for reaching out. I'm aware they chatted. No sketchy business here, but I appreciate the concern." He left her on read, probably embarrassed or realizing he overstepped. I thought that was that. But of course it wasn't. Later that afternoon, I get a message myself. This time from Anna's boyfriend, on Facebook. We aren't even Facebook friends. It was a long paragraph basically saying, "Stay away from Anna. It's disrespectful to Maddie and to me to be reaching out to an ex. I don't want things to get more complicated. I hope you understand. Hold up, I didn't reach out to her intentionally, and we already stopped talking." This guy was acting like I was sliding into his girlfriend's DMs to hook up or something. I showed the message to Maddie, who rolled her eyes. She told me just to ignore him or block him, because we both knew it was a non-issue blown out of proportion. I drafted a response, though. I felt like I needed to set the record straight. I wrote, "Hey man, I think you've got the wrong idea. Last night's convo was an accident/brief catch-up, not me trying to disrespect anyone. No further communication is planned. I understand feeling weird about it, but there is no need for concern. I didn't send it immediately. I decided to run it by Anna first, in case responding might escalate things. So I hopped back to IG and shot Anna a quick note. Hey, not sure if you know, but Jake reached out to both my girlfriend and me. I'm sorry if our chatting caused drama on your end." She replied fairly quick. I'm so sorry. He saw the notification of your name and got in his head about it. I told him it was nothing, but clearly he's still bothered. I didn't know he messaged your GF. That's so out of line. I'll deal with it. So sorry." I told her it's all good, and I wasn't upset with her. Just wanted to know what she thought. She asked me to please ignore Jake and not engage, and that she'd handle it. So after some thought, I just decided to not respond to his Facebook message at all. Talking to him directly felt like pouring fuel on the fire of his insecurity. True to her word, about an hour later, Jake sent me another, shorter Facebook message. "Hey, sorry for overstepping. I spoke with Anna. All good, have a nice day." I showed that to Maddie as well. We both were like, wow, what a roller coaster of stupid this has been. So in the span of 48 hours, I accidentally liked my ex's photo, reconnected platonically with said ex, upset my girlfriend by not telling her, and apparently sparked jealousy in the ex's boyfriend. A plus work all around. /S, the dust seems to have settled now. Maddie and I are solid again. She even joked this morning. So any other exes you plan on contacting? Or are we good while smirking? Lesson learned. No more hiding dumb mistakes. Being upfront is less costly in the long run. Also, maybe stop scrolling Instagram in the middle of the night. As for Anna and Jake, I have no idea. I hope they work through whatever insecurity this stirred up. I don't plan on messaging Anna again, beyond maybe a civil happy birthday a year from now or something, if even that. Not worth any further drama. At least this saga ended with my relationship intact, thank God, and no one hating each other, I think. Could have been worse, I suppose. Update 2. It's been a few weeks, and I honestly wasn't sure if I should even update again. I hope the saga was over. But there's been a final chapter to this little accidental Instagram-like drama, and it's a doozy. Last I left off, everything was calming down. My girlfriend Maddie and I were good, and I was basically no contact with the ex, Anna, apart from a brief sorry about that exchange regarding her boyfriend's freakout. I assumed Anna and her BF worked things out on their end too. Ha ha ha. Oh dear. About a week after the incident, I noticed Anna had unfollowed me on Instagram. I figured maybe as a gesture to appease her boyfriend, or just to cut any potential temptation of contact, which, fine, understandable. I didn't think much of it. I didn't unfollow her. I rarely follow/unfollow people unless I have beef. I was just gonna let it be. I muted her though, to remove any chance I'd see her posts and accidentally double tap again. Lesson hard learned. Anyway, fast forward to 2 nights ago. I'm out getting a drink with my buddy. Same best friend who wasn't awake during the initial 3 a.m. crisis. We're chatting, and he goes, "Yo, so, crazy question, but are you and Maddie still together?" I'm like, yeah, why would you ask that? He shows me something on his phone. It's from Anna's Facebook. He's still friends with her there. It's a photo of Anna and another guy, not her boyfriend Jake, at some bar, looking a little cozy. And the caption, "Sometimes you find comfort in old places. Black heart." The posted date was 3 days ago. I shrugged. Dude, I have no idea what that's about. We haven't talked except that one day, and I literally have zero interest in any old places. I'm very happily with Maddie. My friend then says, "Well, I only asked because someone commented on this pic saying, 'What about Jake?' And Anna replied, 'We broke up.' Slightly smiling face. Oh. So apparently Anna and her boyfriend broke up. And the comfort in old places line, was she referring to me? Or maybe just generally going back to an old hangout or another ex. The guy with her in the pic might be yet another ex. Or just a male friend. Who knows? My friend's implication was that folks in the comments were speculating that she'd broken up with Jake and maybe gotten back with an ex. My name was not mentioned in the comments that I saw, aside from someone joking, "LOL, throwback to college days," with a winky face, which she liked. Now, look, breakups happen for all sorts of reasons. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't internally freaking out that my dumb accidental played a role in detonating their relationship. Jake clearly showed insecure/controlling tendencies from his messages. Maybe our innocuous chat sent him into a spiral of jealousy that caused major friction. Or maybe they already had issues, and that was just the catalyst or final straw. I'll never really know. I told my friend honestly, this is none of my business. Maddie and I are fine, that's all I care about. Fast forward to yesterday. I get a message from none other than Anna. It's short. "Hey, just wanted to say sorry again for all that drama. Hope you and your girlfriend are well." I showed the message to Maddie immediately. Learned my lesson. Full transparency. She raised an eyebrow and half joked. "So she's single now, and sliding back in, huh?" I laughed it off, probably just tying loose ends. I'm not planning to really respond beyond a polite one-liner. I sent Anna a brief reply like, "No worries. I'm sorry for any part one played in it. Wishing you the best." She left me on read after that. Cool. Done. That night, as Maddie and I are in bed, she suddenly says, "I have to ask you something." I could hear that serious tone. My stomach did a little flip of dread. She asks, "Do you have any feelings left for Anna at all? Even curiosity or unresolved stuff?" I immediately said no, because truly, aside from friendly nostalgia and wishing her well, I don't. This whole fiasco actually made me appreciate my current relationship so much more. Nothing like almost losing it to hammer that home. Maddie nods and goes, "I believe you. I only asked because I realized this whole thing made me reevaluate some unresolved stuff of my own. Now I was like, Maddie has an ex from before me that was pretty toxic, and she hasn't talked to him since their breakup over 3 years ago. I only know bits and pieces, but it was a bad ending and he really hurt her." She continues, slowly, "When I saw how things kind of came full circle with you and Anna, not in a romantic way, but just, You accidentally found closure, or at least cleared the air. It made me think about her ex. I didn't expect this. I asked what she meant. She told me she's been carrying some anger and hurt from that past relationship that she usually just tries to bury. But seeing all this stirred it up, and she realized she never got any closure or even a simple apology from that ex for the crap he put her through, so she confessed that the day before she had called her ex. My eyes probably popped out of my head. You did what? I wasn't angry, just utterly surprised. She quickly clarified. I didn't tell you earlier because I wasn't sure I'd actually do it, and I didn't want to make you worry for no reason. But I did call him. I needed to say some things for my own peace of mind. According to her, she kept it civil, told him she'd forgiven him for how he hurt her, for her own sake, not for his, and hoped he'd grown since. Apparently he was kind of speechless, and gave a half-assed apology, like, yeah, I'm sorry I was young and stupid, and that was about it. They didn't plan to meet up or stay in touch or anything. It was literally a one-time conversation so she could let go of some baggage. I sat there absorbing this. Oddly, I wasn't jealous or upset. If anything, I felt a pang of guilt like my dumb actions indirectly led her to confront her old demons. But she actually seemed relieved and at peace after doing it. She squeezed my hand and said, I love you. I don't want anyone or anything from my past. I just realized I needed to close that chapter fully. Please don't think this is me having lingering feelings or something. I truly didn't. I know she loves me, and I know how much that ex messed her up, so if she found some healing by calling him, more power to her. We ended up talking for hours, not just about her ex, but about everything. Our relationship, our fears. She admitted when she first heard about me chatting with Anna, she had a flash of, will he prefer her? Insecurity, even though she rationally knew it wasn't the case. I share some of my insecurities too. It was honestly one of the deepest talks we've ever had, and by the end of it, we both felt closer and more in love than before.